So in October of 2019, I submitted my application for the 19th batch of Arirang Flying School, and I was very excited to finally start this journey. And February 2020 rolled around and I gave my entrance exam and my Viva after that, and luckily I got in. It honestly felt too good to be true. And my classes were to begin on the 28th of March 2020, like about a month from then. And like every normal and rational human being, I was like, this is it. Nothing can stop me now. Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing.
The World Health Organization has declared coronavirus a global pandemic.
We have a new name for the coronavirus.
Coronavirus infection.
So, I was wrong. It's hard to describe my disappointment to you guys, because it was like a weird thing that was happening. Like it never happened before. Like literally the last pandemic took place like a decade ago. And like literally the year that I was about to start this quest, my dream quest, this had to happen. Like don't get me wrong, like I'm very glad that there was no pandemic in the last decade. But it was natural for me to think that, why me? Why now? So yes, my dreams were postponed like many others. But I think it would be wrong for me to say that I wasn't in a privileged surrounding. I have a house, I don't have to worry about putting food on my table, so it wasn't that bad. But I was uncertain about everything. I had no idea. I had no updates about when my classes were gonna start. I had no idea what was coming ahead. Nothing. And then the uncertainty just turned into agony. It made me question every single decision I was making till that point. As I should, but it was starting to get to me. And obviously I wasn't the only person going through these times. My classes ended up starting in August of 2020 by maintaining a huge amount of safety measures, as there should be. And it ended up being really great. The whole idea of not going out with friends, or even my batchmates for that matter, helped me to focus on my studies and my flying related things. So that was good. But I can't help but wonder of the experiences that I probably missed because of the strict measures that have been put forth thanks to the pandemic. But honestly, it didn't really matter that much, and I'm glad it didn't. Thinking back to the 5 months where I stayed completely uncertain of what's to come, a lot of questions came to my head, which I'm sure a lot of aspiring pilots had in their heads as well. Should I become a pilot in these circumstances? Will I be able to study properly? Will I get a job afterwards? All of these are extremely valid questions which we have to ask ourselves before making an educated decision. And these are questions that I personally cannot answer at this stage of my life. However, I could try to answer the first one, which is, should I become a pilot in these circumstances? Now, I know this will probably be a very vague answer, but the best decision can only be taken by you and your family. As for me, as to why I continued my training even after all these things going on in the world, is I look at it this way. In Bangladesh, it takes around 3 years to complete your training from zero to CPL. And according to a lot of statistics, experts are saying that aviation might return back to normal in around 2023-2024. Therefore, if you were to start your training in the year 2021, by the time you're done with your training, all the airlines will be scrambling to recruit, because the world cannot function efficiently without aviation. Aviation needs aircraft, and aircraft need pilots, and that's where you come in. Regardless of passenger airlines, the requirement for cargo airlines nowadays has been skyrocketing day by day. So they need pilots as much as the passenger airlines do. So there will be a lot of options. In previous times, the biggest downside of training here in Bangladesh was the long period of training. For example, if you were to go to the US for training, for doing your CPL, usually you'd be able to finish your entire training in about a year. But like I said, here in Bangladesh it takes around like 3 years. However, in these current times, at least the way that I look at it, that is, the long period of training that you have to endure here in Bangladesh is seeming less like a burden now than it did before, and more like an advantage. But like I said, only you can make that decision. No one can do that for you. Explore all your options, especially financially. Try and ensure that you can complete your training comfortably, and research the heck out of all these topics. So yeah, that is basically my story so far, and I hope I could share some insight with you all. And if you want to follow along with my journey ahead, subscribe to the channel, because I will be posting more videos. I have posted a couple of other videos about my ground school that I did since August, so I have 2 or 3 videos regarding that, and some of a special video about the admission process in my flying school, Arirang Flying School. So you could go and check that out. I'm really trying to be consistent from here on out. So yeah, okay, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to see you guys very soon. Bye.